Now, surprisingly enough, well, at least it's surprising to me, I've only been involved in 3D printing for a couple of years or so. I forget exactly how long, but it hasn't been long. I did give it a go, something like 10 years ago, but to be honest, 3D printers were pants back then. I mean, you know, they were kind of expensive, kind of glitchy. You had to love the machine and all to produce little plastic robots about 2 inches high that weren't brilliant. So I gave up on it, and I gave up on it until Elegoo sent me one of their printers. And I'm unashamed that Elegoo make marvellous products at a really good price. And so I'm a great supporter of Elegoo. Now, 3D printers come in 3 main styles. There's a Cartesian style, named after the way that the head moves, steps in X, steps in Y, steps in Z, to get where you want to be. And it uses Cartesian coordinates. Then there's the Delta style printers and things like FL Sun. They are essentially using polar coordinates, that is, angle A, angle B, and distance from some origin or other. And they were the 2 main competing types for edges. Then came along something called Core XY, which is a development of the Cartesian, reducing the weight of the head and making them very much faster. And these Core XY machines are the current machine that is doing really rather well in the market. And you're thinking here of things like the Bamboo X1C, for example, the FlashForge Adventure Pro. Most of these newer printers coming out are Core XY machines, and they're a very good development. Now, Elegoo sent me a Cartesian machine, and I used, well, I say one, actually sent quite a few, and I used those and had nothing but good results with them. And it's what I would say was the reason that I got into 3D printing, because suddenly you had affordable machines that doing a very good job, and you could explore engineering using a 3D printer in a realistic way that was fast enough that you didn't have to wait 2 or 3 weeks and get something 1 inch high. So it was a game changer as far as I was concerned for getting involved in 3D printing. You might have noticed this massive box sitting right here, because Elegoo have got into Core XY, and this is their Core XY machine, and it is brand new and hot off the press. So of course I'm pretty excited to get into this box, given the fact that Core XY has changed 3D printing into something usable, and that Elegoo make good products that really set me off on my 3D printing journey. I'm very excited to get into this, because you can get a 3D printer these days for, well, very little money indeed. You can get a very good machine. So Elegoo do their Pro 3, I think, and they were having a sale on it. It was £125. I mean, these days £125 is not a lot of money when you consider the engineering and effort. So they've moved into Core XY. They've sent me this machine to have a look at and review, and I have to admit, I'm really quite excited by it. So let's get it out of the box. So here it is, out of the box, set up next to my X1C, and it is a very pretty machine. I mean, they're more or less the same size. The build area is the same. It's 256 by 256 for both of these machines. But Elegoo have kept to their livery colours with this nice charcoal grey and the same sort of geometric designs. And it's all metal and glass in its construction. Now, well, they're going the same way that all of these machines are going. And that is an out-of-the-box experience. So to get this ready, all we actually have to do is clip on the display screen, just like we did with the carbon, and there are 3 retaining screws on the bed plate for transport. Now, you might have noticed that there was some damage to the box with this, but Elegoo do put a lot of packaging in there, so it came out of the box pristine. Now, unfortunately, when I got the carbon, it didn't. It's actually got a dent in the case right there. Now, I didn't complain about this because it's a review copy and I didn't have to pay for it, but if I had to pay, I would have been most annoyed by that. So the packaging, I think, on this needs a bit of looking at. The packaging on this was certainly brilliant, and it's come beautifully. So all we've got to do now is clip that display screen on, and then in there are 3 screws to remove. When you've done that, which probably takes all of 5 minutes, it's time to get it printing. The filament holder's on the side here, incidentally, and I find that really quite convenient. So I've slung a bit of filament on. The Bamboo, the filament holder is on the back, unless you have the AMS system. I actually found that a bit annoying because I have mine pushed up against the wall, so I went to the trouble of printing an independent filament holder for the Bamboo, so the Bamboo could be loaded from the side. So loading it from the side I think is kind of quite cool, actually, because turning it on brings the whole thing to life. When you turn it on, you get a full colour 4.3-inch screen display there. The Bamboo's 5-inch, so this is a smaller display, so we'll see how that works out. But we're actually ready to go. I quite like that, actually. I've got to mention the construction of this is aluminium extrusion with die-cast magnesium corners to hold the whole thing nice and rigid. The Bamboo, of course, is welded steel. Now, it does go through a self-test. So we turn it on, you select the language, it'll go through the self-test, which is it's vibration compensation, extrusion compensation. So for about half an hour or so, it's going to sound like an aeroplane taking off. Let's turn it on, and there we go, comes alive. To load the filament, we're at the home screen, we press that button there and we get to the prepare screen. Now here you can actually move the head around a little bit by the set of mounts it's shown here and by pressing those various buttons. And if you want to advance the filament in the extruder, there's an advance and retard filament button there, but we want that one marked extruder. And here we have the nozzle temperature. Now on the Bamboo, this is shown as actual things. So it says PLA and you press PLA and it'll set the temperature. I mean, it's no great shakes remembering the temperature, but it is more convenient just to have to press a button for the particular filament that you're using. And you can see there we've got load and unload. So it's here where we change the filament by pressing unload, but we're going to load it. So let's press load and it will begin to heat the nozzle up to load the filament. So to unload it, there's a little button in there, press down that side, pull back the PTF tube, press unload and pull back the filament, snip it off, replace it with the new filament. Of course it does have a hardened tool steel head, actually it's a mixture. It's hardened steel and brass and it's got a 60-watt ceramic heater in it. The Bamboo of course is 40 watts, so this should get to temperature quite a lot quicker. Now the filters in here are something called nanocrystalline mineral, as opposed to activated carbon that you find in the Bamboo, but of course the enclosed case means that the heat distribution for sensitive filaments is going to be that much better to prevent warping. Now in terms of connectivity, of course it connects through Wi-Fi or USB. It has an internal camera like the Bamboo, and people seem to overuse that. It's a bit like word art, eh? When word art first came out, documents had at least 100 fonts in them and they were basically unreadable. Now we have internal cameras, people are recording the prints and they're pretty boring. I mean, I basically don't use the camera in the Bamboo. I used it once to, connect it to its mobile app and to have a look, make sure it was working, and I've never used it since. So I find it a bit useless, really, but it comes with cameras and everybody loves cameras, so why not? Equally on the software side of things, it's compatible with Prusa, it's compatible with Orca. Of course, it has a USB stick with its own software, like they all do. And we're going to have a look at the software, and I don't think that Elegoo make any bones about this. This is designed to be a direct competitor to the Bamboo X1 Carbon, and so far it's doing a pretty good job. So when you've loaded the software, this is the start screen. If we go to prepare, we can see it looks remarkably like Bamboo Studio, but right here there's a little connection icon. So to set up the Wi-Fi, you click on that connection, but first we have to join the machine to the Wi-Fi. Right, on the machine, go to Settings, select Network, find your network in this pull-down list, and then enter the password. And what you're going to need is that number there. Then when you've done that, click on the connection icon, and it'll pull up this screen for you. And that number, which has been auto-generated, you enter in hostname IP. Then click OK. When you've clicked OK, you can click on Device. You click on Device and you should have control of the device now from your machine, from your computer. If we click on the monitoring, there we go, we've got our camera. Okay, that's been a fun day. Now, verdict so far. For arrival on your doorstep, well, clearly it'd been kicked around the warehouse in a game of warehouse football, but got it out of the box, pristine condition, so 10 out of 10. The design aesthetic and the quality of the build, well, it just feels beautiful to the touch, actually. Nice quality materials, good, solid build feel to it, and I can give that 10 out of 10. Out of the box experience and setting it up, well, I've been videoing it obviously, but I'd estimate sort of 15 minutes to get you up and running, including the Wi-Fi. Now with the Wi-Fi on the Bamboo, you have to go through Bamboo Studio with an online account. I found it a bit of a pain to set it up without that. If you wanted it not on the internet, just on your Wi-Fi, it was painful. This one, breeze. I mean, it was just a couple of clicks and we got that camera up and running and we got control over it. So 10 out of 10 on that. I think that I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 for the ease of use, actually, because Bamboo did do very well with that pre-select. You're having the PLA, TPU, whatever it is. With the Elegoo, you have to look up or remember the set temperatures. So I don't think that's much of a challenge, but I do think it's a slight negative and they could improve that bit of software there. Of course, what we really need to do is run it. Now, I don't want to do a benchy. I mean, how many useless benchies must there be in the bin? What I'm going to do is design something and print it, and we'll see how it actually performs. And I'm probably going to do it as a head-to-head with the Carbon. Why not? We'll see how the two compare to each other. And as I say, it's clear to me that this is Elegoo's replacement of the Bamboo X1C, so I think they should be compared, really. Now, price is obviously something that everybody thinks about. We know how much the Bamboo is going to cost, say £1,000. You should look it up now, that's what you'll have to pay. Elegoo said that they want to be competitive. Actually, they would say is they want to be very competitive. So, what kind of price they're going to ask for it when it's on general release is going to be something really interesting. I know what I think it should be, but I'd be interested to see what you guys thought in terms of how much you expect this to actually be. So let me know in the comments what you think the price is going to be. The next video is going to be designing something and then printing it, and we'll see how it actually does in performance. But so far, it is a nice machine. I feel a bit honoured to have it, to be able to do this with it. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far. Thank you very much for watching, and please do remember to like and subscribe.